and now we're just waiting for you to come back.
Yeah, well, graduation's next year. You never know.
And then so what? And then where?
I don't know. I don't think I have a job, so I don't know. We'll see. I know I couldn't. I know I can have a job. I just haven't really started going down that path yet.
Are you not getting the offer from the DA?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
I'm almost sure I'm not. Just I haven't heard anything, and because of the date, I think it's probably going to be a no. Which is okay.
But that's exactly how the internship was. They left it to the very last second.
No, the internship wasn't. I definitely had an offer before Thanksgiving, and it was very different, which is why.
Yeah, if they interviewed you and you went through that whole process and they're not going to hire you, they're probably going to tell you they're not going to hire you. They're not going to be paying you.
They tell me they're not going to hire me, but if I was getting hired, they would have told me already, I think. So, hey, it's okay. We'll find other opportunities.
Yeah, like you can come back to work with us and make a lot more money.
I definitely can make a lot more money in other places. I know that.
Where could you make more money than working with us?
Yeah, that's a great point. You guys need a tax attorney? Everyone needs a tax attorney.
How long do you think it would take you to make $500,000 a year as a tax attorney?
I mean, depends where I work.
Unless you start your own law firm. If you're going to start your own law firm, then okay, I can get behind that idea. But otherwise, like the quickest way for you to make $1 million a year is to come back to work with us.
Can I do tax law?
No.
Exactly.
Welcome to 12 Days of Law Firm Growth, the show for law firm owners who are serious about growing their business, maximizing profits, and reaching their true potential. And now, let's get started.
Welcome to the show, the 12 Days of Law Firm Growth. I am very excited to have none other than Stephanie Galvis on the show. But since no one knows who I am and no one knows who you are, Stephanie, I'm going to skip all the introductions until first we tell them why they should pay attention. So this show is called the 12 Days of Law Firm Growth. And every day we share a different lesson, tools, resources, answer questions to help you make your law firm more profitable. I'll explain my credentials. I'll explain how to manage a small law firm is in just a minute. I'll just say you are not going to find anyone who has helped more lawyers build more successful law firms than me. All of the people who have helped more lawyers build more successful law firms than me, sadly, are dead. I'm not saying that to be funny. I'm being sincere. Like all of my mentors, they're gone. And so here we are, tens of thousands of lawyers who have helped to build very, very successful law firms, and currently managing over 600 of some of the fastest growing, most profitable, most successful law firms that you can imagine. But anyway, Stephanie, here's the point that I'm getting at. We've discovered in this show that we have a small live audience, but we have a pretty big audience, like thousands and thousands of people watch and listen to the show pre-recorded, which is another way of saying that there's thousands and thousands of people who are hearing about this show from lawyers in discussion forums, and our 600 members are helping us to promote the show, which is much appreciated. But they don't know who I am. They don't know who you are. They don't really know how to manage a small law firm is. So you picked a clip to share. And what is the benefit for them to, if I'm the owner of a small law firm and I'm deciding whether to invest the next however long to listen to this lesson, what's in it for me?
What's in it for the lawyers who are watching this? So as a current law student, I can tell you that what you're about to learn in this clip and in the rest of the show is definitely things that you don't learn in law school. and as the former marketing director for How to Manage a Small Law Firm, and someone who helped
Where she was making more money than any of her professors, and then decided to leave it all behind and go to law school.
As the former marketing director who also helped hundreds of our members.
Numbers here. You
I'm
walked
sorry?
away from a multi-six-figure job to go to law school. How's that feel?
Very noble.
I'm glad you feel noble.
No, I have no regrets, but I mean, when I look at my bank account, that's a different story. But very happy to be in law school and almost graduating. But back to the clip, it's something that
So
I helped.
Offered you $250,000 to come back after you graduate. Would you take it?
We can talk after the show. We talk after the show. We'll see.
Oh, okay. So we'll see. We'll see. This is progress.
That's right. It was no to a year ago.
Yeah.
Back to the clip. So I helped hundreds of our members implement various marketing strategies in their law firms. And this is one of the things that you don't learn in law school. You don't learn in many other places, but how to manage a small law firm. And do I tell them what the clip is, or are we going to roll it now?
No, just tell them what's the benefit. They don't care about what I don't learn. What I don't. If this was a pill, what would this pill do for me?
The benefit is understanding how to attract the right people to your law firm and how to keep the wrong ones out, how to attract the right type of clients and keep the wrong type of clients and prospective clients out the door. You don't want to waste your money on the wrong type of clients. You don't want to waste money advertising to them, waste your resources and time calling them, pitching them. You want to spend your resources on the prospective clients that are likely to buy from you, likely to hire your firm, likely to engage your firm, to refer your firm. So that is the benefit to anybody that watches this clip, is understanding that point and being able to build a better law firm, build a more efficient law firm, utilizing these resources and these strategies.
Yeah, I mean, that's so important. It's, most people understand, obviously, that marketing is designed to attract the right kind of prospective new clients to the door at the right time, in the right frame of mind, in the right quantity, already preconditioned and prepared to engage the services of your law firm. That's what good marketing does. Great marketing also protects you and your staff from the wrong clients.
Absolutely. The crazies, had lots of those.
You
want to keep the crazies out. You want to keep, and then frankly, there's just some people that just are not a fit for your law firm, for either your style or your price point, your offerings, whatever it might be. If you're an estate planner focusing on high net worth individuals, high net worth families, you don't want someone who's not in that bracket. You don't want someone with a complex list of assets walking in your door. Or I'm sorry, you do want someone with the complex list of assets walking through your door. You don't want someone who has a very simple will or trust to draft up, because it's just not what you do. And you know what? You might have someone you refer them to, and that's great.
And better that the marketing does the referral for you.
Exactly.
All right. So I have not seen the clip. So basically the premise of the show, for anyone who hasn't seen it before, is it's the 12 days of law, or the 12 days of law firm growth. Obviously a take on the 12 Nights of Christmas, or 12 Days of Christmas song. And I invite a different person from my team, in this case, Stephanie, who used to be on the team, and then she left and went to go to law school. And apparently the door is now open again to come back for the third time.
I wouldn't say it's open. It's like cracking open. The closer graduation nears, the more it opens.
Okay, good. So anyway, I invited a different person from my team to come back to come on the show and just go into the vault, find a clip that you think is really interesting, that you think you'd want to share as a gift. We got nothing to sell. There's no offer at the end of this. There's no call to action, really. There's nothing to sell. We have a waiting list. We've had a waiting list for our services for the better part of 2 years. So basically, our marketing strategy kind of goes like this: we put a lot of good stuff out there. We share. We give away for free. You can download free courses. We'll give you free workbooks. We'll give you free answers. You can come to free webinars. You can come to a free live workshop on marketing, on sales, on production. We'll do all kinds of stuff for you just to help you out while you wait on the waiting list. And then when the spot comes up on the waiting list, by the time the spot comes up on the waiting list to actually get us to help you start implementing and getting things done, you've already been around, us, we know you know our members, you know our staff, and it just becomes a very easy transition to becoming a member. And that's why we have over 600 law firms that we manage. We function as the CEO, we function as the COO, we function as the CFO, we function as a CMO, and like I said, we've got 600 plus law firms and a waiting list, so you can just relax, and no one's going to grab your wallet here. And yeah, so the way this works is they grab a clip just for fun. They tease me and show me what the clip is. I try to guess when and where it was. And then we roll the clip, then we talk about the clip, and then we answer your questions. And so if you have any questions, write them in now. And I also want to invite you to download a free business plan workbook, which I would highly recommend that you grab that, look at it, do it. And you don't need our help to write the business plan. It is written in such a way that any reasonably intelligent teenager could probably get this done in a day, and by the time you're done with it, you will have a written plan for how the business of your law firm is going to function next year. You would never expect anyone to be able to run a highly successful, fast-growing, profitable, reliable business that starts to work for you without you having to be there all the time, without there being a written plan. You would never take a case to trial without a trial plan. You would never do a deposition without sitting down with a deposition plan ahead of time. Hopefully you would never draft a will or an estate plan. Hopefully you would never draft any kind of complex documents for any kind of a transaction without having a work plan. Surprise, surprise, when you run a law firm with a business plan in writing, you make more money, you have less stress, your family's happier, everything works better. And when you run a law firm, when you run the business of a law firm without having a written plan, it doesn't work very well. So if you're experiencing challenges with cash flow, if you're experiencing challenges with profitability, if you're experiencing challenges with client cooperation, if you're experiencing challenges with cash flow predictability, if you're experiencing problems recruiting staff, if you're experiencing problems with staff productivity or staff profitability, if you're working too many hours, if you want to, the business plan is where the solution begins. The business plan isn't like a panacea, but it's how the process of making things better starts. Stephanie, you worked with us since 2012. You've worked with probably over 1,000 lawyers, 2,000 lawyers yourself personally.
Yeah.
You've helped them develop business plans. You've helped them develop marketing plans. You ran our marketing until our business was grossing $17 million, something like that.
Right.
I mean, we've more than doubled since then, or almost doubled since then. I mean, would you ever consider doing a marketing would you ever, a marketing plan, you got to have plans, right? Anyway,
we would get together every November for next year's marketing plan. I had to approach you and Oscar. I'm not sure what Oscar's title is today, but he was our general manager at the time. I'd have to approach both of you and say, this is my plan for next year. This is how much money.
In writing.
And you guys would tell me either kick rocks, you're not getting money for that, or you'd tell me, okay, we think you need more money for something else, or we think you need to, we need to do the plan differently, or whatever it means. And then we'd analyze that plan every quarter. We'd have check-ins more often than that as well, but formally, the formality of it went that way. Every quarter we check in, see how things were going. Were we on track to hit that plan? Did we have to seriously deviate? Did we have to seriously, change course? Did something happen? Like, I don't know, a pandemic, and we had to change the entire business model and the whole marketing strategy. And so, we adjust and we reposition ourselves. But that's how we operated. I was I was the marketing plan of the bigger business plan that you did every year as well.
I practice what I preach, everyone. I promise you this resource business plan will help you. Please take advantage of it. Please help yourself. Please give your family the gift of more sanity next year. All right. So show me the clip we're going to see today. Can you zoom in? Can you tell me can I see what shirt I'm wearing there?
That's how you find out.
The only way I can guess is basically by what I'm wearing, or sometimes I can tell where it's taking place, but I can't see what am I wearing there. Am I wearing a collar or no collar?
You have a collar on.
Okay, then I have no idea where this is taking place. For a minute, I thought it was Palm Springs. That was the most insane live quarterly meeting. Were you at that one?
I was not at that one.
That live quarterly meeting was, I will never do another live quarterly meeting in the same place that fucking Coachella is taking place. The energy was literally, there was crazy energy everywhere. People were acting crazy the whole time. It was insane. It was a very, very crazy. Anyway, I have no idea where that is. When and where is that?
I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you yet. I think we have to play the video first.
Well, now you can tell me.
All right, now I can tell you. Okay, that was October 2015. So that was in Miami. I think Taya had just been born.
Oh, so that would have been at the Eden Rock.
Yeah.
The Eden Rock Hotel, the infamous Eden Rock Hotel live quarterly meeting.
I think Taya made his debut.
Ty made his debut 6 weeks old on stage for the first time ever. And yeah, okay, I remember that one.
Yeah.
This would be good.
And you can't build a multi-million-dollar business with people who are lukewarm about your message and about what your product does. You want raving fans. You want people who will jump on an airplane, fly across the country, and spend a weekend with you every quarter, and then go back to their offices and tell all their friends, you're crazy if you don't do this too. And if you don't get off your ass and make your business better, I can't still be friends with you anymore. You want the equivalent of that in your business. That's how you build a multi-million-dollar business really fast, working with people who resonate with you. And since you're a little bit of a weirdo, since you are already a little bit on the fringe, you got to be speaking to people who are a little bit on the fringe. Because the people who are a little bit on the fringe are not responding to the message from the middle. And by the way, the people who are on the fringe over here are different than the people who are on the fringe over here. This is a very different message. The people who are on the fringe over here are going to respond to a very different message than the people who are on the fringe over here. This is what we mean when we talk about being authentic in your marketing. Really understanding your brand, really understanding your message, really understanding your people. We're going to be teaching you about all of this weekend. You're going to walk out of here this weekend with a completely new understanding of what marketing is all about. You're going to walk out of here this weekend with clear understanding of how much business your marketing has to produce so it grows your business without destroying your business in the process. No magic pills. You're going to walk out of here this weekend with a clear understanding of what you're actually marketing.
So,
I wish we had a picture of Ty right after. We should have put that one in since that was his debut LQM. And he was just adorable.
So, I'm sorry. I was looking at something else while that was happening. Okay. So, yeah. So why did you pick that clip?
I picked that clip because I think it's very true, to the point that we were making earlier in the show. Creating raving fans is what I think a lot of people think about, attracting the right type of client, but, also knowing who's not for you. Who are those lukewarm people? Who are the people that are on the fringe on the other end that we don't want to market to, that we don't want to even think about? We want to keep them away, right? You want to make sure that your marketing speaks authentically enough to you and who you are, so that those, there's no mistake as to whether you might be for someone else and you might be willing to serve or help a different type of client.
I'm looking. I'm gonna grab something.
Okay. Also, this clip reminded me of a different LQM where we also discussed, fishing from the right point of the river, right? If you start fishing at the mouth of the river where it opens up to the ocean and you're fishing for clients, at that point you're competing against sharks.
You're prepared with a PowerPoint.
Yeah. You're fishing and you're competing against sharks who are also trying to take your clients, right? This is an analogy for the fish are your prospective clients, and you're going fishing as a small law firm owner with, a certain budget, not necessarily a huge law firm with unlimited amounts of marketing dollars. You're competing against other people. You only have certain amount to spend on SEO and pay-per-click. And so you're at the mouth of the river where it opens up to the ocean, and you're marketing to the masses, to these prospects that might not.
In other words, so the idea here is you think of the client's readiness to buy, right? 109876544321. A 1, they don't even know they have a problem. They don't even have a problem. The problem doesn't even exist, and that's why they don't know they have the problem.
Right.
10, the problem's on fire, and they're actively searching for a solution.
Right.
If you wait till the problem gets to a 10, yeah, I mean, it's not that hard to convert them from a prospective client to a paying client. After all, they know they've got a problem. They went searching for a solution to the problem. They went online and typed in, "I've got this problem. How can someone help me?" The SEO or the pay-per-click brought your law firm to their attention, and surprise, surprise, they hire you. The problem is that those clients, every marketing idiot and their brother is going after those clients, right? Those clients are the obvious ones. So they're hard to get. Everyone's competing for them. Everyone's giving them bad ideas about what to expect and messing up their expectations. And you got to pay a fucking fortune to get them.
Right, because you're fishing at the wrong side of the river.
Right. If you go all the way to the beginning of a 1, before they have a problem, obviously that's premature, right? You start marketing divorce services to someone who's happily married too soon, right? You wait until they're like got the divorce papers served on them by their spouse. You're at the mouth of the river. Right. You want to get. So you want to show the next? Do you have another slide? I remember that slide. There you go. So explain that.
You can be fishing more upstream, and you can be catching your fish before they get to the mouth of the river. At that point, they might not necessarily be a 1 where they don't know they have a problem yet. But there's a better way that you can go about this if we go to the next slide, which is if we're able to divert these fish into our own small pond, right? And what this looks like is really being able to create those raving fans, to be able to nurture your prospective client so that they know who you are. Exactly what Arjan was also mentioning at the beginning of this episode. Why we do this is so that people who are law firm owners who are listening to this get to know us, get value from us, get to know our team, get to know what how to manage a small law firm is and how we help law firm owners. And at some point later on, they may or may not have a problem we can help with. And, they're already going to know us and hopefully be a raving fan. This is how you create those raving fans, by being able to divert your prospective clients into your own pond where you can nurture them, inform them, educate them, create value, deliver some sort of service, whether it's a newsletter, whether it's an email tip, whether it's a referral, whatever it may be. You're able to create this this diversion for those prospective clients. And in the future, when they have a problem, when that problem does become a 10, they will call you because you've already delivered value for them, excuse me.
Yeah, so I mean, if you go back to that slide, that's exactly what we're doing. I mean, this is exactly our marketing strategy is right here, in this picture. We take law firm owners who are our kind of people, and the reason I went off camera is I wanted to grab a copy of this is our manifesto. This is our statement of values, which you can download for free on our website. And it walks you through exactly our values, our beliefs, our philosophies, our ideas, really what we're all about as a company. And you read this and you're either like, man, these people are like, this is for me. These are my kind of people. They think the way I think. They value the kinds of things that I value. They've got my personality. They got my sense of humor. These are the kind of people I probably want to know more and do business with. Or you read this and you're like, these are not my kind of people. And you decide very clearly that we're not for you. And you can still take advantage of all the free resources we have, but you're not going to probably want to get on our waiting list at that point. Our waiting list is full of people who have, for the most part, read this and watched some of our videos and maybe listened to some of our shows and maybe even come to a live workshop for free, virtual or live. And they've taken the whole thing. Go back to the slide with the fish. Go to the next, the first one. It's like, this is where you get like this high pressure sales thing. It's like, oh my God, you got to hire us now before someone else gets you. Go back one. That's not high pressure. That's like, hey, you know what? That's consultative. That's educational. That's certainly a much better,
low effort.
Better approach. Sorry, what did you say?
I said low effort, but yeah, everything else you said.
It's a much better approach. It's better for the law firm owner. It's better for the professional service provider. It's better for the client. It's less stressful. But go back one. I mean, that's the best, right? I mean, you're basically building a pond, and this is how you get the waiting list. And let me tell you, if you don't have a waiting list already in your law firm, you are missing a huge opportunity to massively transform the way you live. It is so transformative to the way you live to be able to just fish from your own pond and pick and choose the people you want to do business with. It's wonderful. And it starts with articulating what you stand for and sharing it with people and just being open with people and giving all this stuff to people. Anyway, you can download this on the website and you'll either say, this is for me, and you'll want to learn more about us, which it'll do its job, or you'll read it and say, I don't want to learn more about these people because it's not for you. And it still did its job, because good marketing attracts the right kinds of prospective new clients to you. Great marketing keeps the wrong kind of prospective clients away from you. Right. So
I think to kind of put it in perspective, like one of the last things we would want is to have someone show up to a live quarterly meeting or one of our live events and say, you know what, ACDC is not for me. You know what, the high energy of these events is not for me. I hate it. Like we want our prospective clients to know exactly who we are, give them a taste of what an event would be like before they show up. Otherwise, we don't want to waste your time. You don't want to waste our time. What's the point? Honestly.
Yeah. I'm really glad you made that clarification, because so many marketers are so insensitive, uncaring, and inconsiderate. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Are you able to hear me?
I am.
Do you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Were you able to hear everything I said?
I did.
Oh, I froze.
Oh, okay. No, you not on my end.
Okay, well, I froze on my end. Anyway, so what I was saying is so many marketers are so uncaring, insensitive, and inconsiderate towards their prospective new clients. And it comes across that way, right? And, they can say all the nice things and they can do all the, they can put on a big act, but fundamentally, they don't give a shit if they waste a prospect's time, right? Let's take a typical, I use divorce as an example, so I'll stick with that example, although I could apply this example to any practice area. But let's just use divorce as an example. Someone going through a divorce, they almost by definition do not have a lot of free time, right? Someone who's going through a divorce, who needs a bankruptcy lawyer, who needs an immigration lawyer, who needs a criminal defense lawyer, who's buying a business, who they like by definition, they don't have time to waste. They're busy, right?
Absolutely.
And they're not coming into your office. They're not coming onto the lot to get out of the rain. No one comes onto the lot lest they want to buy. You get that reference, right?
I don't.
What?
I don't.
You have been out of my influence for too long, young lady. No one comes onto the lot lest they want to buy.
I'll have to add it to the list.
They're dying to give you their money.
No.
Are you man enough to take it?
No.
The leads are weak.
That I
You're
know.
weak.
Same movie?
Same scene.
Same scene? Okay, no. Then I need to go back and rewatch it.
No one comes on the lot unless they want to buy. Why else would someone come onto the lot? Just to get out of the rain? Why else would someone come to see your law firm? Why else is someone scheduling an appointment with your law firm? They're scheduling an appointment with your law firm because they have a problem. They're coming to the sales call because they have a problem. They're coming to see you because they're hoping against hope to find a law firm that can help them solve their problem. 100% of your prospective new clients, okay, 98.75% of your prospective new clients are coming into the office predisposed to think that they're probably going to hire you, except your marketing doesn't. You give them all the reasons why they shouldn't, and so they don't. Because why else are they coming to see you? Anyway, so the point I'm making is, Stephanie, that these are busy. Your clients are busy. Their lives are chaotic. They've got problems that are distracting them in their whole life, not just legal problems, right? Or they've got huge opportunities that they're trying to wrap their arms around and take advantage of in their whole life, not just legally, right? And it is disrespectful to allow that person to schedule and then show up for an appointment if you know, or you should know, that your law firm isn't the right solution for them. It is totally disrespectful. It is totally self-centered and desperate and inconsiderate and unkind and non-generous. But that is exactly how the vast majority of shitty fucking marketers do their job, is they basically just say, we'll waste a bunch of people's time bringing them in, and then we'll waste the law firm's time sorting them out. And meanwhile, the marketer is getting paid to bring in and waste people's time, and the marketer is getting paid to waste the law firm's time and resources sorting these people out, and it's completely disrespectful, which is why great marketing helps protect your staff from having to meet with the wrong kind of prospects. The best marketing demonstrates tremendous respect for the prospects, by letting the prospect know before they waste their time, this is either the right firm for us. Hallelujah. Finally, I'm going to go hire them. Or this is not the right law firm for us. And you know what? Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm disappointed. I was hoping you would be able to solve my problem, but I at least appreciate that you respect me enough and care enough about me to help me make a decision not to come in to see you because this isn't the right law firm for me. And I don't have to waste my time as a prospect. Oh, and as a bonus, you don't have to waste your time as a law firm sitting there having a free consultation with me. Most marketers fucking suck, just so you know.
I think that's a question. I don't have a ton of business right now. What if I drive away the few clients I have with my messaging? I mean, I think
The few clients you have. What?
yeah, the point that I think we're making is to prospective clients. You shouldn't be driving away your current clients, right? Your
I
current
think they
clients,
mean prospective clients.
prospective clients.
I
What do
think they mean prospective clients by the question.
Oh,
I think
okay.
you should read the question as, I don't have a ton of business right now. What if I drive away the few prospective new clients I have with my messaging?
I'd say you
Well-
were going to drive them away eventually.
Yeah.
It's like I said, it's like if the worst thing for me when I was formerly your marketing director would have been to have leads show up to an event that were not going to convert. I'd rather have 5 leads in the room that I was 100% certain would convert than 20 that I was only 20% certain would convert. Why? Because first I got to go face you and tell you I don't think all these people are going to convert. But second, because why do I want to waste anybody's time and resources? There's things that I cannot change. If someone doesn't like you because of the things you said, did, look, whatever it may be, I'm not changing those things. That is our business model. That is who we are. There is somebody else out there who may be able to help a prospect with the problems that they have. So I think you're going to drive them away eventually. Something you will say or do will demonstrate that they were not the right client for your law firm. So it's better to get it out early than later.
We need to make this like a call-in show, Jennifer, because I would love to ask this person some follow-up questions to help them have a breakthrough. Because I promised you, I could help this person have like a breakthrough. I just got to ask them some questions and guide them through some thinking. But look at this. Like, let's suppose you believe, let's say you have a strong belief. Let's say your values are X, whatever we're going to call X, and you believe in X and you value X and your firm is dedicated to X and you believe in X. And this prospective new client, who you think is a prospective new client, really, really, really strongly disagrees with your values and your beliefs. They're not really a prospective client. What they are is a prospective malpractice action. They're a prospective bar grievance. They're a prospective AR problem. They're a prospective disgruntled, pissed off client. They're a prospective bad Google review. There are a lot of prospects, but a prospective good client, they're not. And the reason why the person who posted that, put the question up again, Jennifer, the person, I don't have a ton of business right now. What if I drive away the few prospective new clients I have with my messaging? I'm telling you something that might be hard for you to believe, but I promise you what I'm saying is true. Part of the reason that you don't have a ton of business right now is precisely because you are afraid of driving away the wrong prospective clients. Whoever wrote that, I don't know your name. I'm not looking at Facebook or LinkedIn or wherever these comments are being. Read a book called Purple Cow by Seth Godin, Godin. You must read that book. It will change your life if you still think that if you're asking that question, you have to read Purple Cow. You can't be for everyone. When you try to be for everyone, you end up being for no one. There are people who read this manifesto and fall in love with our brand, and they can't wait to do business with us. There are people who read this manifesto, the statement of values, and they fucking hate us. We get hate mail when people read this stuff. We get people literally writing shit. They hate us. Fine. Could you imagine what a nightmare it would be if one of those people who is going to hate me and hate us and hate our brand and hate our message and hate our values
They
hired
show
us?
up- Yeah, if they show up to a live event, you know, we have to deal with them. They're going to talk to our current members and possibly, you know, tarnish an experience for them. It's just not worth it. It's not, you know, we respect them. They're different. They want something that we are not offering, and that's okay. That's totally okay. One of the things I was going to mention was, you know, I think when people don't understand really the point of attracting the right clients and keeping the wrong clients out, it's one of two things. Is one, thinking that marketing, the name of the game, is just bringing in as many leads as possible, because it's not. But you know, that's a common misconception. People think the more leads, the better, and generally it is. But you know, we'll leave that
The
aside.
right leads.
The right leads, exactly. More of the
And
right
that's
leads.
not true either. That's not true either, because you have, look, if your factory can only produce
That's why I said keep it aside.
$100,000 of business a month, what's the point of bringing in $200,000 of business a month?
You're gonna have to refer them out. There is no
You're gonna
point.
piss people off
Yeah.
or burn out your employees.
Right. So the second point I was going to make is, you know, that's one misconception, that people think the name of the game is just more, more, more. But the second thing is just not understanding who your target client is. Who is an A+ client for you? Who is the right avatar? Who's the right client for your law firm? And not having that clear, not understanding that is a big part of is a big cause to this problem, right? Of not being able to keep the right clients in and repel the wrong clients. Because if you don't have an avatar who you're speaking to, who you're marketing to, and you're trying to just be for everyone, you know, that's vanilla, and you're really not accomplishing much sometimes.
You know, today's my anniversary.
Happy
And
anniversary.
I know you know. And I met Allie online. And we met online back before meeting online was like normal. When we met online, we would meet people and they'd be like, "Oh, how did you guys meet?" We were like online, and everyone would kind of give these weird glances, and like finally they'd say, "So did we," right? That was still a weird thing back then. Now it's like if you don't meet online, something's wrong with you. Anyway, but the point I'm making is, before I met Allie, I would meet people and we'd arrange for a date. You'd meet, and I would meet these women, and they'd say, "Oh, I'm so relieved." I'd say, "Why are you relieved?" And they'd say, "Well, you look like your picture." And I would say, "Why wouldn't I look like my picture? It's a picture of me." And they'd say, no, you don't understand. Apparently, there are all these people who use pictures of themselves that don't look anything like them. It's like, this is a picture of me 20 pounds ago. This is a picture of me.
Catfish.
What?
The term is catfish. When you catfish somebody.
That
means
is that
people,
a term now? You catfish
yeah,
them?
it's called you were catfished, or you're catfishing somebody. That means you're using a picture that is not you, or definitely not representative of you.
Well, that's the other story I was going to tell you. Is we have a friend. When we met, we had a friend. He was really good looking gay guy, and he told us that like he found out that there was some people using his picture. I was like,
Yeah.
That's the craziest fucking thing I've ever heard about, right?
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine you see a picture of a person, you arrange to meet at a restaurant on a date and time, you show up, you're looking around for the person you're looking for, and someone's waving at you, and you're like, I don't know who you are. I'm not here to see you. I'm here to see this person. And they're like, oh, well, yeah, I'm such a psychotic, crazy person that I catfished you, apparently is a term. I mean,
Yeah.
How does that work? How does that even work? I mean, let's leave aside the part of how does that lead to a long-term happy relationship? How does that even work for a hookup? How does that work for anything? That's just crazy.
Exactly. And it's the same concept in marketing. You don't want to represent something that you're not or appeal for someone that's not for you either. How do I know if my message will resonate with any prospective clients and not repel all of them or repel them all?
How do I know if my message will resonate with any clients and not repel them all? Okay, so I'll tell you a true story. First, I'll give you a couple facts, and I'll tell you a true story. How to Manage a Small Law Firm today manages over 600 of some of the fastest growing, most successful law firms you could possibly imagine. Just imagine walking into a live quarterly meeting and finding like 600. This is not an event where there's anything for sale. This is just an event of current clients that we manage, all getting together once a quarter to just drill into different parts of their business. And you walk in there and they are all, anyway, that's 600. But that is we have grown our business by over 10,000%. We're going to gross over $30 million this year. And we represent, and we have you have to take out a microscope to see the size of the market the market share we've got. The total addressable market is over 600,000 solo and small law firms in the United States. And we have 10% would be 60,000, 1% would be 6,000, 600 is 1/10 of 1%. 1/10 of 1% makes a $30 million business. All right. You don't have to appeal to everyone. When I started How to Manage a Small Law Firm, I decided I was going to create a business that was exactly what I wished I could have found when I was struggling and trying to figure out how to grow my own law firm. When I was struggling and trying to figure out how to grow my own law firm, I wish that there was something like How to Manage a Small Law Firm. Now, there's a lot of people who don't wish that there was something like How to Manage a Small Law Firm. They're not really our target audience. Our target audience is someone who sees what we do and they say, finally, this is what I've always wished for. This is what I've been wanting. This makes sense to me. And it doesn't matter how narrow your niche is. Better to go very, very, very narrow and deep. Go real deep on your niche with your marketing rather than trying to go wide and appeal to everyone. And I could literally, we run entire workshops on showing you why that is 10 times more profitable. 10 times more profitable to go narrow and deep than to go wide and shallow. 10 times more profitable, 10 times less headaches, easier time staffing, easier time recruiting staff, easier time retaining staff, easier time managing staff. It makes the financial controls easier. Every single part of your business, there's 7 main parts of your law firm. There's marketing, sales, production, people, physical plan, financial controls, and you and your mindset. And each of those 7 main parts becomes more profitable, easier to manage, and less stressful when you go narrow and deep with your marketing and share a really honest marketing message that attracts the right kind of people and repels the wrong kind of people. And it doesn't make them bad people, just means they're not people who resonate with your message.
Yeah, totally agree with you.
Any other questions? I can't see that.
Can law firms really get raving fans? I get it for consumer products, but I haven't seen a law firm with what I would call raving fans before.
That's because you haven't been to How to Manage a Small Law Firm live quarterly meeting and met our 600 small law firm owners, because not all of them, I'm not going to say every single one of them does this. Most of them don't follow all of our advice, but you will meet lots and lots and lots and lots and lots. I mean, out of our 600 law firms, I'm going to guess 100 of them have raving fans in every practice area you can imagine. We got members who have raving fans. They do criminal defense. We got members who have raving fans doing estate planning. We got members who've got raving fans doing intellectual property. We got members who have raving fans doing, you name it, they got raving fans. So, yes. What's the question again? I still can't read it.
Can law firms really get quote unquote raving fans? I get it for consumer products, but I haven't seen a law firm with what I would call raving fans before. I mean, I'm wondering if the question is just because, law firms are supposed to be boring and raving fans are for rock stars or Taylor Swift, that kind of thing.
Well,
But
no,
I mean,
the question is consumer products.
or consumer products, right? People that are so loyal to something like
Well, the
Nike.
reason this person hasn't seen law firms that have raving fans is because this person hasn't really met someone who has a really well-managed law firm.
That's what I was going to say. And I was going to say, a raving fan from a law firm looks like a client who, is happy and willing and ready to refer your law firm to any single person they speak to. They speak to someone that has a legal problem that you help them with, and they are going to speak, the best of you and refer you in a heartbeat and without any hesitation. That's a raving fan.
A raving fan is someone who's going out of their way looking for ways to refer business to you. A raving fan is a person who's always willing to help anytime you ask them for any kind of a help. A raving fan is someone who tells you the truth about what's really going on, even if you don't want to hear it. A raving fan is a client who if you get a bad Google review, will jump in there and defend you. A raving fan is a client who will call you and say, "Hey, listen, I don't know how to tell you this, but your paralegal really disappointed me, and I want to share this with you because I want you to do better." A raving fan is a client who calls you and says, "Hey, listen, I don't know how to tell you this, but your associate was suggesting that I follow them to go to another job that they're going to take. And, I just want to let you know that because I really, they're not going to say because I'm a raving fan, but they're going to do these things for you." And
Loyal. Someone that's loyal and someone that'll give you the benefit of the doubt, all of those things that you just said.
I had 3 raving fans today at How to Manage a Small Law Firm, and none of them referred any business to me today. One raving fan sent me an email. Sent me an email that one of our former employees had sent them in violation of our non-compete agreement. And this current member said, "Hey, here, you should know about this. This is such a shitty thing to do. I would never go with this person. I want you to have this." Second raving fan was 2 members who were in an alpha test that we conducted for a new program that we were thinking about offering. We shut down the alpha test, and they spent an hour on the phone with me, giving me the benefit of their feedback and telling me the truth about what went wrong in the alpha test. Third raving fan today, I don't know, something like that. It's been a long day. Those are all raving fans.
Right.
It doesn't all have to be about giving you business.
Yeah.
It can be up watching your back. Raving fans do that for you. I think this person just has never met a person with a really well-run law firm.
Yeah.
You should probably find a way to get around some members of How to Manage a Small Law Firm. There's all kinds of ways for you to do it for free, by the way.
Or even not free, but lower commitment, and something that's great for the new year too. The business plan work, the 4-week boot camp. That's a great way for prospective members to get a taste of us and also know, what it's like being at a live event or around our members.
You noticed you said us and our twice in that sentence.
How to manage a small law firm will always be us and ours, no matter what.
Yes. And especially when you come back to work with us after you graduate, pass the bar exam. Got it. All right. So, yeah, so download the free business plan workbook, help yourself to it, howtomanageasmalllawfirm.com/12 days. And I guess we can maybe answer one more question. Otherwise, we can talk about when you're going to come back to work with us. I flew to Seattle to recruit her back the first time.
I'm in town this time, but
This
I don't
time is-
think
yeah.
this time.
All right. Any other questions? All right. So look, what tonight is the which night of Christmas? Tonight was the
8th day.
Today was the 8th day of Christmas.
Yeah.
All right. So Jennifer, let's play the 8th day.
On the 8th day of Christmas, my friends at How to Manage a Small Law Firm taught me how to bring in the customers I want and repel the ones I don't.
That's Carly, who's the host of Profit First for Lawyers podcast, which is a great podcast. Everyone should, if you like this, you'll like Profit First for Lawyers podcast. You'll love that. If you can't get enough of this, go there and get more. And of course, we asked you to write the jingle the day before the show started.
Shocker.
Yeah. But she's a professional actress, so she was able to do that. So, okay, so let's hear a teaser for tomorrow.
On the 9th day of Christmas, my friends at How to Manage a Small Law Firm taught me that the kindest and most loving thing I can do for my prospects is to sell them my services.
They make me Google.
I gotta hear that one again.
On the 9th day of Christmas, my friends at How to Manage a Small Law Firm taught me that the kindest and most loving thing I can do for my prospects is to sell them my services.
I imagine her like going. All right, let's hear the whole 8 or 9 days. And Stephanie, thank you so much. Have a Merry Christmas, everyone, and a happy holiday. And we'll be back on. And go to Profit First for Lawyers, and from there you can get links to other resources and just take advantage of everything we got to offer you. Set yourself up for a great year next year. You owe it to your future self to do everything within your power to give your future self the best life possible. And here's a bunch of stuff that I promise you will help you.
On the 8th day of Christmas, my friends at How to Manage a Small Law Firm taught me how to bring in the customers I want and repel the ones I don't. I should only make a sacrifice for my business if it somehow improves my life. How to use my calendar strategically so I have a life outside of work and make my law firm a lot more profitable too. Leave my bullshit at the door. How to set better goals, the difference between strategy and tactics, how to defend my standards, and a practical working definition of whether my law firm is successful or not.